humans, thank you so much for joining me here at Starlight and Stitches. Welcome, it's really good to see you all again. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. You know how much I appreciate you. I hope you've remembered to subscribe. I'm really pleased that you are here to join me for another video. If you are new here, then welcome to Starlight and Stitches. You are now in Alice Land. This is Alice Land and I am Alice, and on my channel I like to talk about crochet and crafts, yarn. I do crochet book reviews, I do my own series called Crochet Roulette. We do yarn hauls when I need yarn. At the moment I do not need yarn. Anyway, if you like that sort of thing, join my subscribers. My subscribers are the best, and it's my channel so I can say that. Yeah, join us, it's great, I love it here. This is my little happy place where I share all my yarny, crochet-y, amigurumi-y goodness with you. So if you want to join, then please do subscribe and join us. Today, lovely people, we are doing a crochet book review, and you would have seen it on the thumbnail, but we are doing ta-da! Amigurumi Monsters number 2. You guys who have been here before, you know I love my Amigurumi monsters. They're my favourites, as you can see. I have friends here, and I've got more monsters. Oh no, I can't get my hand right. Up there. I love my Amigurumi monsters, and I love these books. So please bear in mind, this is going to be a very biased opinion because I love this book. This was the first book of crochet patterns that I actually bought. Yes, for some reason I bought the second one before I bought the first one, but this is the first book I bought, and my first ever crochet monster came from this book. So I'm really excited to finally go through the whole book with you. You can have a look at it, you can see the patterns, and you will then know whether you want to buy it or not. So basically, I've bought it, I'll show you all the things that you can make in it, and then if you think that you might want to make them, then you can buy it. It saves you wasting money and then opening it up and going, actually, they're not my thing. They might not be your thing, but at least after this video you will know. If there's anything in here you want to make, you can make it. Obviously, I'm an advocate for these sort of books where you get all sorts of different patterns and stuff in them, because I think if it's the sort of thing you like, it's really worth the money. This book in the UK was £14. And obviously you're getting what, like 15 patterns, so it's less than £1 a pattern. The US is $18.95, so it's just over $1 per pattern, which is ridiculous. And if you end up making every single thing in here, you have paid pittance for the pattern. The creators of these books, you know, I think are wonderful. Before I take you over to the table, I'm just going to let you know that yes, this is another Meteor Books, so same publishing house as many of the books that I have already done a book review on. So I will leave a link in the description to the first book that I did a review on, and it will tell you a little bit more about like the inside few pages before we get to the patterns. Every one of these books that are published by these people, it has the same introduction pages, so it tells you all the stitches and it gives you QR codes and all that kind of thing. I'm not going to go into detail with that today because I have done it several times before on previous videos. I have a whole playlist of my crochet book reviews, so if you want to see any more, then go to the playlist. But like I say, I will link in the description to the first one I did, and it will give you more in-depth detail on these first kind of couple of pages. Let's go to the table, which is over there, and let's have a look and see what we've got inside this book. Woo-woo! So here we are, everybody, Amigurumi Monsters number 2. I'm so excited to show you this book. So let's just quickly flick through the first few pages. If you want the more in-depth look at these first few pages, then obviously go to the link in the description and it will go through it in a bit more detail. It's the same on every single one of these Meteor books. So Amigurumi Monsters 2, very excited. We've got a super cute little blurb at the front here. They always do really fun things in these, and it makes you kind of, gives you a bit of an inkling as to what to expect within the book, but they're always really cute and they're written lovely. So I'm not gonna, that's all the patterns we're gonna make today. Woo! Yeah, here we go, basic materials. What you need to know before you start, your user guide as to how easy the pattern is. We've got basic stitch guides, blah, blah, blah. I'll go through this all properly in the linked video. Loads and loads of information at the beginning, and then we get to the patterns. That is what we are all here for. I'm going to tell you in advance that these books are really, really well written. I have never had a problem with any of these patterns, and I have made quite a few of the designs in not only this book but the other Monsters book and the other Meteor published books. Yeah, really well written. I will be doing what I normally do. We'll have your main page here, and then over on this side obviously I'll be covering up the patterns so you don't get a sneaky peek of how to do them, because you need to buy the book if you want to make it. But what I'll do on this side of the screen is I will put extra pictures up so you can get a bit of a better look at what you can make. If I have made the pattern, I will include a picture of what I have made as well, so that you can see it from a real world point of view as opposed to a studio or professionally photographied. That is not a word, you know what I mean. Yeah, you'll see my stuff and you'll see the pictures from the book over here. Guys, let's get started. I'm so excited. Our first pattern is Aggie. I've made Aggie. Here is my one I made. This is Aggie the Sock Monster. It's a design by the Itsy Bitsy Spider, which is Carla Fitch. It's a skill level 2, so not too tricky. Yeah, you've got this really cute little bit here that talks about Aggie. It tells you about the monsters. It gives them personality. They're really cute. I'm going to say the same thing that I say every single time I make one of these videos. You do not, if you're confident, you do not have to make it exactly out of the materials they ask for. You can go chunky, you can go to a really lightweight cotton. Obviously, if you change what you're making it from, like the size of the yarn or the size of the hook, obviously if you do that, that will change your end result size. So you might end up with something bigger, you might end up with something smaller. You don't have to go with the same colours either. Do whatever colours you like. When I made this one, I did it in these colours because I thought they were really cute. But you don't have to. Be creative, my lovelies. Be creative. Then you get a finished project that is this, but in your style. And that is the most important thing. So Aggie, I love Aggie. She was really good fun to make. She wasn't that tricky. Couple of little fiddly bits, but apart from that, she was really good fun to make. I love this pattern, and yeah, she's sat on my shelf with all my other ones. So the next pattern in this book is Janice the Music Lover. I've also made this one, but this one, my daughter named it Lacey, so ours is called Lacey, but the pattern is for Janice the Music Lover. This is a skill level 2, and the pattern has been designed by Ring Bella. Again, this was another really easy pattern. It came out quite big when I made it, but obviously you guys know I like to make my creations out of chunky yarn. Chunky acrylic I use for mine. But, like I said, if you prefer a sport weight yarn or a DK or a lightweight cotton, you'll just have a different size project. I love my chunky stuff, and I love the, you know, the availability of colours and stuff it comes in. But you do you. You do whatever you want to do. As you can see from the pictures, Janice is adorable. She's really cute. I love her little face. I love her bubbly eye. And I particularly love her lovely headphones. The next pattern that we get in this book is technically it's for 3 patterns. Spotty, Lottie and Dottie. It is the same thing, but with 3 slightly different variations. One with 3 eyes, one with 2 eyes, and one with 1 eye. I haven't made this one yet, but this one again, it's only a skill level 2, so it's something that we can all do. Even if you're new to crochet, new to following patterns, I highly recommend this book as like an introduction to learning how to read patterns and following them. The shapes and things that the monsters are not anything too tricky, and the basic stitch guide at the front will really, really help you out if you're not sure. So it's designed by Moji Designs, skill level 2 again. Another really funky design. Like I say, I haven't made this one yet, which I am surprised about, but they are ever so cute, and I'm particularly in love with his little mouth. I think that's cute and I really like them. The next pattern in this book is for Titus Tooth. Didn't mention, I don't know if I mentioned, each monster has their own little blurb and it tells you a bit of a story about them, and they're really cute. Again, it brings the monsters to life and gives them a bit more character. Titus Tooth is another one I haven't made yet, surprisingly. It's a design by My Bear and Me, tells us there, and it's a skill level 3. So it's not difficult, but it's got some tricky bits in it. I love Titus Tooth. I love his chunky feet. I love big chunky feet, and his big teeth. It does tell us in his little story that he goes on and becomes a dentist, so he's a proper health professional, which we can all appreciate. Titus Tooth, very, very cute design. And again, if you're going to change the colours up, you could make this really funky. You don't have to change it. If you really like how it looks and you think, yeah, that's definitely my kind of style, go for it. Do exactly the same as they've asked. But if you want to be creative and go off on your own spiel, then just do it. Next up, we've got Bowtie Buster. He's a cutie. He's actually really cute. I love his little bow tie, and I really like the colours that they've used on this one. This is a design by Unique Crafts, and it's a skill level 3. So same as the last one, it's not difficult, but there may be some tricky bits in there. With all of these as well, I've said it before and I'll say it again, there's little QR codes down the bottom that you can scan with your phone, and it will take you to a page of people like you and me who have uploaded the photos of their finished projects, and it's a really good way to see how other people's interpretations have come out, and also to see how neat their pattern following is. If you come across a pattern that somebody's uploaded and you see lots of people struggling with the same thing, then you know that it's something to do with the pattern. But when you look at a pattern that lots of people have made and they all turn out fantastic, yes, it's a credit to the crocheters themselves, but it's also a credit to the pattern. If the pattern's easy to follow, the finished product will come out wonderfully. Bowtie Buster is very, very cute, and I like him a lot. This next one is Marty, the party monster. He's very cool. I'm particularly fond of his hat and his balloon. The balloon accessory you don't have to make, but the pattern is in there if you want to make it. It's a design by Hello Yellow Yarn, which is MJ Carlos. This is a skill level 1. So this is super easy, really, really, really simple. Yeah, and again, a skill level 1 for anybody that's just starting out or is only just beginning their amigurumi journey. I really, really recommend these. All the patterns are so easy to follow, but if you're not sure, start with a skill level 1. Marty's really cute. He is adorable. I haven't made him yet. Why haven't I made half of these? I'm so shocked with myself. This next one is Yummy, and you might recognise Yummy if you've been following my channel. I made my own version of this, but mine was called Nico. That's right, because Yummy is the little brother of another monster that we would have seen in the first book, which I also made that one. So the big one I think I called Pico, and the little one I called Nico. So this is Yummy. It's a design by Janice, who's a wonderful pattern designer. Skill level 1, so again, really nice and simple. When I made this, I found it really easy to follow. I thought the pattern was clear, it was simple. I obviously changed the colours on mine because I do that most of the time, and it came out exactly as it should do. The only thing I will say with this one is I think when I did it, I put the feet in the wrong place because the head was like top heavy, so he kept like boop, and he'd like boink forward and just be resting on his chin. So I actually put a weight in the bottom of his tail when I made my one. But that was my fault because I placed the feet incorrectly. But I put weight in the bottom of the tail and it weighed that bottom bit down, if that makes sense. But yeah, Yummy is adorable. Oh, just not my camera. Yummy's adorable, really easy to make, and a really great pattern to start with if you are new. The next one we have is Diddy the Donut Monster. This is a design by Woolly Toons, and it's only a skill level 1, which I'm quite surprised about because this looks like it would be a tricky pattern. I haven't made this one, but there looks like there's lots of intricate little bits and pieces in it, but it's only classed as a skill level 1. So obviously it's just lots of small bits that are sewn on, which is fine. We can do that. We can all sew things on. She's really cute. I particularly love her spots under her chin, and of course they do give you the pattern to make the donuts. You don't have to make them, but if you want to, you can. This is the good thing with this book, where there are patterns that you get extras. You can make them or not. It's entirely up to you. She could just be a monster, or she could be a donut monster. You make that decision. She's really cute. I love her little eyes. She looks a bit sad. Maybe she's eaten too many donuts. This next little guy is called Bobby, and he's a baby monster. Haven't made Bobby, but this is a design again by My Bear and Me, and it's a skill level 2, so fairly simple to make. Bobby is very sweet. He's got his little dummy in his mouth, he's got his cute little rosy cheeks and that adorable little tuft of hair on the top of his head. I'm very fond of those funky socks that he's got on. Yeah, he's very cute. I haven't made him yet. If I made him, I would probably change the colours because these sort of darker colours aren't really my aesthetic. I like bright things. We know this, but bright and bold and, yeah, funky, that's what I go for. But he's very, very sweet. I like this one a lot. This next pattern holds a very special place in my heart. This is the Tippytoe monsters, and you are getting 2 for the price of 1. This is technically 2 patterns. The initial beginnings of this pattern is the same, but it changes slightly. So you get one with the 3 eyes, and then you get the other one with like the 3 eyes, but in a different shaping. So I have made these. I think these were the 2nd and 3rd monsters that I ever made, and mine are called Dolores and Kevin, because I name all of my things because I am strange. These were really easy to make, bearing in mind they were only the 2nd and 3rd Amigurumi things that I made following a proper pattern like this. It's a design by Moji Design. It's a skill level 2, so nice and simple. Again, it was really easy to follow. I did mine in different colours, as you can see from the pictures that I have shown. And they're lovely and they make me very happy. Actually, I have a picture of me in my local paper with these. I'll pop that up. Yeah, they get a lot of happy attention from people when I show them. And they were easy to make. They weren't tricky at all. I thought it was going to be tricky. It was not tricky. Even with all these little legs and bits, it was simple. You can do this, and I think this particular pattern is wonderful. The next pattern we are looking at is for Webster. Apparently Webster likes to write poems. Here's a funky little dude. I haven't made this one either. This is a design by Ildiko, and it's a skill level 3, so a little on the trickier side, but still not difficult. I quite like the colours of this one. I love yellows, it's my favourite, and obviously orange is quite close to yellow. Colours of sunshine and happy things. I really like Webster. Again, you'll notice a lot of these monsters have similar features, like their teeth or like buggy eyes, but they're also unique. So once you've done one, I think you would have no trouble in doing any of the others. Webster is lovely. He's adorable. I need to make him very soon. next in this book is Sarah, the Secret Keeper, and this is a design by Bat. As you can see, this is our first skill level 5. I know exactly why this is a skill level 5. There's lots of shapes made with your crocheting to get these wonderful, lines. Being a skill level 5, don't let that put you off though, because the patterns are so well written that if you have patience, you can follow them. You can do it. It just might mean that you need to concentrate a little bit more. I think Sarah is really, really cute. She's got these massive eyes, these huge ears. I really think she's quite adorable. And her little nose as well. I just want to Oh, I really like Sarah. She's adorable. Next up, we have Grunk, the hairy monster. This is cute. The only reason I haven't made this yet is because I haven't got a furry yarn. I can get some, but I'm trying to avoid buying yarn for a while because I have too much. So this one, yes, you do need a slightly more specialist yarn. You can get it anywhere, but it's particularly asking for this furry yarn. Grunk is very cute. He's like a little ball of loveliness, and it says on his little story that he's a very kind monster who loves to dance. He would look really cute sat on my shelf actually. I need to get myself some furry yarn. I need to stop buying yarn, but I need some so I can make him. He's really sweet. It's by DIY Fluffies, skill level 2, so simple to make. I can't imagine this being particularly difficult at all. Technically, it's just a ball with some legs and some horns and some eyes. Easy peasy. We can do that. We are nearly at the end of our Monsters 2 book. The second to last pattern that we're looking at here, this is Owen Oh Cheeky. This is a design by Maya Hansen. It's a skill level 4. So he is a little on the tricky side, but look at his face. Look at his little tongue poking out. That's adorable. I love these monsters. Can you tell how much I love these monsters? They make me so happy. And I look at them and I just think, wow, that is cool. It doesn't... Thing is, I think when you make monsters and creatures as opposed to something that has to look like something else, even if you're not 100% confident in what you're doing, however it turns out, it's going to be absolutely fine because it's a monster. So there isn't a particular way that it has to look. If you've got a wonky head or a donkey arm or something, it doesn't really matter because you can say it's part of its features. Anyway, Owen is lovely. Like I say, skill level 4, so a little on the trickier side. And he does look quite small as well, actually. What's his finished size? Oh yeah, so if you use a light worsted weight yarn, he's only 4.5 inches tall, so he is quite small. He's cheeky. He is Owen Oh Cheeky. And last but not least, boys and girls, this is our last pattern in this book. You might recognise this guy, but he might look a bit different to how you recognise him. This is Mr. Orange, and Mr. Orange was made by me, but I made Ob. So my version is called Ob because I wanted to do him in blues and purple, so I couldn't call him Mr. Orange. Mine is called Ob. This was the first pattern that I ever followed from a book. I cannot tell you how proud of myself I was when I completed this. He brings me so much joy. He is very, very special to me. And the pattern, from my first proper Amigurumi pattern following, I can't tell you. It was simple. It was clear. I did not struggle at all. If you follow the instructions, you can do it. I love this pattern. It's by DIY Fluffies, who we know from my previous crochet book reviews does some wonderful designs, really cool stuff. And it's a skill level 2. So you can do it. Really, really cool. Mr. Orange, thank you for being my introduction to Amigurumi crochet pattern following. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I really love it. And lastly in this book is my favourite pages, where it shows you the wonderful designers of these patterns. All these people, I say it every time, I think they're amazing. I wish that I knew how to write my own patterns, because my goodness me, it would just be the best. These guys are wonderful. It tells you a bit about them, each of the designers, and it shows you which of their patterns are included in this book. And then we've got the back page here. These guys are my heroes. And I say it every single time. They just deserve all my appreciation, because it's because of them that I have got to make some of my most fun projects. So all you wonderful designers, thank you so much. So that was our walkthrough of Amigurumi Monsters 2. I hope that my enthusiasm for this book and the patterns translated across to you guys. I really do love this book, and I love the first one in this series as well. I have got a crochet book review video for that as well. It will be in the playlist of, if you go to my channel, you will find the playlists. Which pattern in the book is your favourite? I have to say, for me, it's Ob, but that is purely because I have this wonderful nostalgic. I only made him at the beginning of this year, but the fact that it was the first one that I made, and I was so proud of it, and I love him. Look, he's there. You can see his little tummy. There he is. Oh, he's next to Aggie as well. Oh, look, and then we've got those two little dudes up the top with their eyes. And look, there's my little crochet family. Guys, I really hope that you enjoyed looking through this book with me, and I hope that it has helped some of you to make up your mind as to whether or not you want to buy the book, because the best thing for me would be if somebody looks at this and goes, oh wow, that's all stuff that I would love to make, and they buy it and then they make some really cool stuff and then they're super happy with themselves. It's also awesome if you were thinking of getting it and I've helped you to make up your mind on the other way. Maybe you'd look at it and then go, actually, I probably wouldn't make any of those. So I've saved you some money, so you can buy some more yarn instead, or a different book. I hope my crochet book reviews help you. This is one of my favourites. I love it. I love it. Yeah, like I say, with all of the crochet pattern book reviews, if you're feeling confident, be creative. Go with the flow, go with your favourite medium, your favourite yarn weights, your favourite colours. Make it unique, because at the end of the day, it's for you, or it's for a friend of yours. Make it unique to them if you're making them for a gift. I love these books. And I really love the publishing house that make a lot of these Meteor books. They do the Amigurumi Monsters, they've done the Unicorns, Dragons and Fantasy Amigurumi. They have done, I've got loads of them here actually. Sumigurumi, which are the animal ones, they do those books too. Mini Kingdom, Amigurumi Circus, they're great. I really like their books. I like the way everything is laid out. So I hope this has helped. Look at me, like casually sitting on my chair. I hope this has helped. Yeah, let me know which one's your favourite. I hope you're looking after yourselves. I hope you're looking after your loved ones. I'm going to go. It's time for me to go. I will see you very soon, boys and girls. Yeah, I love you all to bits. Thank you for being here again, and I will see you soon.